the stage, C.R. Parsons.
How are you guys doing tonight? I just got back from vacation, went down to New Orleans. I love New Orleans. I love any town where a nickel's worth of beads will get you closer to second base than dinner and a movie will around here. I made a big mistake though. I went to New Orleans with my wife and my mother. Never do that. We're walking down Bourbon Street, my mother's showing off her boobs for beads by raising up her skirt. But I have to say, this is the second vacation I've gotten to take this year. Earlier this year, I went to Jamaica. Beautiful island, Jamaica. The only problem I had with Jamaica was everybody there tried to sell me weed. Now I want to know, what is it looking at me that makes them think I would be out of weed? I don't know about you guys, but I can plan ahead. No, I have to say, I don't smoke weed anymore, officer. No, I don't, but I don't have a problem with people that do, and occasionally I get asked if I think it ought to be legalized. I don't know that I should get a vote in that. I'm a stand-up comic. Can you imagine if this place had a 2-bowl minimum instead of a 2-drink minimum? I'd never have to write another joke. And they'd have to double up on their orders of French fries. I am actually not a professional comic. I am an attorney, believe it or not. I know. Ugh. Don't worry. I'm not your typical attorney, as you can tell by looking at me. I come from a very screwed up household. My mother was college educated, master's degree. My father was a redneck. We were the only trailer in the park with a lending library. We learned how to pair our wine with our ramen noodles. Little tip, Boone's Farm goes with everything. But you know, being an attorney, there is an unwritten rule when you are an attorney that you should never ask a question that you don't already know the answer to. But I've got questions that I don't know the answer to, like, why does Lane Bryant sell skinny jeans? Or, is it considered a compliment if your dog calls you a son of a bitch? Or is it technically inaccurate to call your father a mofo? I am a married gentleman. I've been married for 12 years now, or 62 and a half Kardashians. I almost can't tell that joke anymore. The jokes lasted longer than the marriage. But I love my wife dearly, but she has this thing for shoes. Closet, top to bottom, front to back, side to side, nothing but shoes. And I will never understand why you ladies will pay hundreds of dollars for these designer name brand shoes, because you're not doing it for us guys. Because if you are ever interested in a guy who knows the difference between patent leather peep toe Jimmy Choos and platform peep toe Christian Louboutins, he's not interested in you. It's the shoes. Or maybe your brother, but it is definitely not you. And I don't know what women think when they get dressed sometimes. I saw a lady walking down the street the other day, deep V-cut t-shirt on, said guess across the front. I was not thinking of a designer name brand. I'm thinking you're almost 50 and those aren't at your waist. I'm going to guess silicone. And I love my wife dearly, but she grew up very sheltered. Here's how sheltered. Our boys played sports. They played football. They named the teams after colors. You had the red team, the blue team, the black team. Our boys played for the white team. Yeah, you're getting ahead of me. My wife thought it would be a good idea to put on their t-shirts, white power. Like, crap, let's just go ahead and call them the Mighty Whiteys. Maybe get them sponsored by Kevin's Krispy Kreme. And I have to say, my wife is not racist. She's clueless, but not racist. But I believe in stereotypes. I think stereotypes exist for a reason. And every time I say that, somebody walks up to me and goes, I know so-and-so who doesn't fit that stereotype. Of course you did. If you didn't, it wouldn't be called a stereotype. It would be called a fact. I mean, I'm sure somewhere there's an Asian woman who can drive and did not graduate the top of her class. I'm sure somewhere there's a black man who can swim and understands hockey. I'm sure somewhere there's a Mexican who lives by himself and never carpools. I'm sure somewhere there's a priest who prefers altar girls. And I'm sure somewhere there's a white man who can dance and is hung like a freaking horse. And that's all his time. I'm C.R. Parsons. Thank you, guys.
Alright guys, just a couple comments left before we get to Gabe and John.